is presented, right? Yep. So watch this. Hey, sis in the green, what's your name? Come here. Come here, sis. Come here. Where you going? Hey, sis. Sister right here with the blue braids. How you doing, sister? I'm doing well. My name is Akai. What's your name?
You say you pray to God.
Huh? Estrella. Estrella. Okay, good to meet you, sis. What's your name, sister? Tatiana. Okay. What's your name, sis? Charisma. Charisma. Okay. Y'all gonna have to forgive me. I'm gonna have a hard time remembering y'all names, okay? But I want to deal with y'all because y'all my sisters, all right? So watch this. All three of y'all sisters, come over here real quick. I want y'all to look at this sign. Look at this sign right here. And identify yourself right here.
So you gotta.
I want y'all to look at this sign right here. On this sign, on the right-hand side, there is names or titles, right, that's given to our people, right, which we say is correct, right? So they call us what? American blacks. You see some of our people, West Indians, Jamaicans, Haitians, so on and so forth, but all of those are just titles. That's not your true nationality. That's not your true name. So if I asked you what your nationality is, what would you tell me? Other, one, but that's not a nationality.
That's right.
What about you, sis? Other. What about you? That's why. Because that's all you've known, right? But watch this. Africa was named after a white man named Leo Scipio Africanus that conquered North Africa after the Second Punic Wars. A white man. America was named after Amerigo Vespucci, another white man that came and saw the Americas before Christopher Columbus even did. So guess what we named after? Two white men.
That's right.
African American was only a term put on black people in 1985 when Jesse Jackson was running for president.
Right.
Did y'all know that? You knew that, right? So who were we before? Okay, so listen to this, sis. All people was one, but I bet you can ask an Arab what his nationality is. He gonna tell you. He gonna be on point. He gonna know. He's gonna know who his ancestors is, who his forefathers is. He gonna know what his land is, his culture, his heritage, his language. Right. That's a nationality. What's ours? You can ask a Chinese man. He gonna tell you. He know his ancestors from the Ming Dynasty back in the 1400s or before that. He know where his land is. He know what his language is. Chinese, Mandarin, so on and so forth. But majority of them, but here's the point. But watch this, but majority of them, sis, but here's the point. Here's the point, Isaiah 1 and 3. Isaiah 1 and 3. Here's the point that I'm trying to make to you, sis. And this is not for contention, but we're trying to teach our people. We're trying to help our people. We're trying to show our people. Because watch this, a couple months ago was February, right? Black History Month, right? It was supposed to be something about us learning more about our history, right? All year long, right? So watch this. What new did y'all learn about y'all history in February? Exactly. You see the point? But watch this, sis. You learned about your history up until what? Before slavery? Who were we before slavery? Our family were what? Okay, where was your family settling at? Okay, all praise the Lord. From which land? From the southern parts of the Americas? Okay, so you're Aborigines or quote-unquote Aborigines in this land anyway, right? But you're still part of the 12 tribes, believe it or not. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Because if you look at picture images, real images of the Native American Indians, they were our skin complexion.
That's right.
Originally. You see? So again, the point is, many of our people don't really know. You got some people, so-called African Americans, that was brought to America from the west coast of Africa, different parts of Africa. Some was brought from Spain. A lot of our people don't know that. You see what I'm saying? But ultimately, what it all boils down to is this. Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know. My people doth not consider.
Read it again.
The ox knoweth his owner.
Y'all know what an ox is, right? It's like cattle, right? An ox knows his owner, knows who feeds him, who takes care of him, who provides for him, right? Read.
And the ass his master's crib.
Talking about a jackass, a donkey, another animal, beast or burden. You can take a donkey here in Sacramento and travel all the way to Stockton with that donkey let him go, he gonna find his way back to Sacramento, back to his homeland.
Right.
You follow?
Right.
Read.
But Israel does not know.
The 12 tribes of Israel don't know who their owner is, who their God is.
Right.
Neither do they know what their original land is.
Right.
Their original land.
That's right.
Read.
My people does not consider.
And we don't even think about it and consider it. You know why? Because we have so much stuff in social media that has us so caught up in society that we don't even take the time to learn who we really are in order to teach our children who they really are.
That's right.
And now we leave them to society, the same people that oppress our people, to teach our children and nieces and nephews about who we are. You think they're gonna tell them the truth? No, they're not gonna tell them the truth.
That's right.
Give me Deuteronomy 7:6 real quick. I'm gonna show you what God said about us. And then I'm gonna show y'all how I know. Because he said an ox knoweth his owner and an ass his master's crib. But Israel don't know. The Israelites don't know who they are. My people do not consider. So in this Bible, he's talking about a specific people. God created everybody on the face of the earth, but is he talking about everybody here? No. He say my people. And I'm going to show you how we know that we are his people. And now, from that point, what do we do in order for us to change and put ourselves back in a position where God said we're supposed to be from the beginning? Okay? We have the solutions to our problems. We just need our people to take the time to listen. That's why we out here. We could be doing anything else on a Friday afternoon. We from these streets, we've been out here. We sold dope, we did all this stuff, right? But we had to first wake up in order for us to come and wake our people up. You see that, sisters? So listen to this.
Go book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6.
Start at Deuteronomy 1 and 1. Let's get the context of who he's talking to. Okay? Now, y'all understand the history about the Israelites coming out of Egypt through the Exodus, parting of the Red Sea, all that Bible story, the Moses and all that. Y'all familiar with that history? That's our history. That's not just a Bible story. That really happened, and those were our ancestors.
Right.
Understand that. Watch this. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So the book of Genesis all the way to Deuteronomy are letters are written from Moses to the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
That's right.
He's given them commandments and laws that God gave him to guide them by. Why? Because we had just came out of Egypt being servants under the Egyptians. And we were living the customs of the Egyptians. And God said, no more. I make y'all a holy people. I'm going to separate y'all and make y'all greater than everybody on the face of the earth.
Right.
Right? So watch this. Jump to 7, verse 6.
Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
That don't sound like equality to me. That don't sound like we're supposed to be on the bottom of society to me.
Right.
That sounds like God chose a certain people out of everybody he created to be above everybody else.
Right.
And rule everybody else.
Right.
Because understand this, have you ever seen a Chinese LeBron James? What about an Arab Aretha Franklin? We're great at everything we do. Whether you're a singer, a rapper, a songwriter, an artist, musician. Guess what? Think about all the inventions that American society used. Who invented them? Black people.
That's right.
And they prosper off of our knowledge and our wisdom.
Right.
You understand that? Why? Because God gave that to us. He made us naturally like that, right? So why are we like this? You see what I'm saying? Why aren't we in the position that God said we're supposed to be in the first place? He said He's gonna place us above all people on the face of the earth. Why are we not right now? Why? Exactly. Watch this. I'm gonna show you out of the words of God that was given to us. Watch this. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28, same book. Watch this.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15.
Bring it on.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So God said, listen, I'm going to give you commandments for you to rule the whole world with. And if you break those commandments, you don't keep them exactly the way I tell you to do, guess what? Instead of you being the servant class, I'm going to make you have to serve your servants.
Right.
I'm gonna make you the servant class instead of the ruling class.
Right.
So watch this. Jump to verse 46. I want y'all to hear this real quick. And then, because he said what? We're gonna end up getting curses because what? We didn't want to do what? Keep God's commandments, His laws, right? Right. So watch this. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
The curses, the punishments from God is going to be upon us for a sign. So a sign is to do what? To identify. Because remember we read in Isaiah, ox know its owner, ass his master's crib, but Israel is not going to know who they are in the last days. So guess what? These signs is going to be able to identify who the Israelites are in the last days. The real Hebrews, the real Jews.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So watch this. Read.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So all these curses are going to be upon us and our children and our children's children to identify who we are in the last days until we come back to the commandments, right?
That's right.
Those same laws He gave us to rule with. We're breaking them right now today, and guess what? You don't even know. You have no idea, because why it's not being taught to you? We got all these churches in every neighborhood, every black and Hispanic neighborhood, and are they teaching anything about God's commandments? No.
Right.
No. They're not teaching. Look, they got to go to seminary schools to learn from the same people that oppress and kill our people in the streets wearing badges.
Right.
You understand that? You understand that? And expect for us to know who we are about God? So watch this. Listen, sis, listen up. Listen up, sis. Listen up. Listen up. The reason why we're at the bottom like this because we refuse to keep His commandments.
That's right.
So watch this. Give me 1 Timothy chapter 2. 1 Timothy 2, real quick. Watch this, sisters, because in order for things to turn around, we have to do what? Come back to what? Come back to the laws, the commandments. That's exactly what we have to do, right? So I'm gonna show y'all a simple commandment that y'all sisters can start to apply today that ain't nobody's even teaching y'all, right?
Right.
Because guess what? I'm gonna get y'all, watch this. For example, you look at every man out here, right? We got beards on, right? God gave that a commandment to the Israelites for all us men to wear beards. That's why we wear beards.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? That's why we do it, and that's easy.
Right.
It comes natural.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So watch this. Some other commandments, we have to learn them and then what? Apply. That's how we're going to change our society. That's how we're going to change our neighborhoods.
Right.
That's how we're going to change our ways and prepare for our rulership again.
That's right.
Without the commandments, without the laws, we're doomed to continue to be at the bottom of society.
Right.
You follow? So listen to this real quick.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 9.
Bring it on.
In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So the scriptures say, in like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, right? Our sisters are the most beautiful sisters on the face of the earth.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? But how did God say the sisters supposed to do?
In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So y'all understand what modesty is, right? So watch this. Have you ever seen a princess or a queen dressed immodest?
Teach.
Exactly.
Bring it on.
Y'all are daughters of Sarah. Y'all are daughters of the living God.
Right.
The true and living God. And that's why he said dress modestly. Why? Because that's royalty.
That's right.
That's royalty.
Right.
You never see royalty dressing immodestly.
That's right.
They command that respect. They command that respect to be treated as royalty because of the way they carry themselves.
Right.
They carry themselves as royalty, so people gonna deal with them as royalty.
That's
You
right.
follow? So watch this. If a sister is dressing modestly, covered up, with a nice, beautiful dress on, looking very royal, a brother ain't gonna just walk up to you, trying to holler at you like,
That's
a
right.
brother gonna sit.
I know we ain't supposed to wear pants and stuff like that, but I can't wear them. I'm too much of a tomboy, and she is.
So watch this. So watch this. Okay, all right, I got you. Watch this. Give me that law of spiritual, and then we're gonna get that Zephaniah.
Teach.
So watch this. So I understand what you're talking about, right? Because I got a sister that's a tomboy too, right? There. She, you know what I'm saying? She's kind of rough. She used to play ball and all that stuff, right? But watch this though. I know you get it, But I'm going to show you why it's important that you don't just get it, but you actually do what God says.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? Watch this, read.
The book of Romans, chapter 7 and verse 14.
Bring it on.
For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin.
The scriptures say, know that the law is spiritual. So it's a law for a sister to dress modestly. It's a law for a sister to wear a dress, right? The law is spiritual.
Right.
But guess what? When we say, I know that, but, that means I am carnal. That but means I am carnal, sold into sin. You follow? But guess what? He said the law is spiritual. So now, if a brother, if I'm out here with a dress on, right? My mannerisms ain't gonna be the way it is right now, is it?
Teach.
My mannerisms is gonna be a little effeminate.
Right.
Do you agree?
Bring it out.
If you're wearing if brothers wearing dresses out here, because watch this. No, I got you, sis. I got you, sis. But watch this. Watch. Don't go nowhere. I know you're trying to make an excuse. Don't go nowhere. Watch this.
She's not making an excuse.
I know.
People have to go.
I understand.
I got a question for you, sis. Watch this. Give me Daniel 9 and 8. I got something for you. Give me Daniel 9 and 8 because I want to say this because at the end of the day, the Bible say that we at the bottom of society because we breaking the laws, right? He give us the roadmap on how to be successful as a people. What does it mean to be a nation? I'm just asking you so we can have an understanding. So maybe we can help motivate you to get on the right one.
I'm not arguing.
No, ain't no arguing. I'm asking you.
Right now, me in dresses.
What does it mean to be a nation?
We all have to come as one.
But what about on church Sunday? You never done on church Sunday?
No, I don't because I feel.
Well,
I'm gonna tell you.
all right, well, I'm gonna tell you, sis.
Wait.
A nation is comprised of a family structure. You have a family, a father, a wife, the children, his cousin, his uncles. They're married, their children. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what makes up a nation. You know, one of the reasons why our people is at the bottom of society because we've lost sight of what it means to be a nation. That's why we are at the bottom, confusion of faces. When Chinese men come over here, they got unity, nationality, they got structure, they have order, they prosper, they got Chinatown. Negroes in this man, we ain't got nothing. Why? Because watch this, I'm gonna show you.
The book of Daniel, chapter 9 and verse 8. O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of face.
Because us belongeth confusion of faces. That's what it say. We confused out here. We follow any trend, and I get it. It's something that we've been doing since about the meat. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not following those trends.
It says, I'm gonna tell you what. Everybody's following something.
Right.
Ain't no, you can't come out here and say you don't follow nothing. Everybody's following something. Everything that you follow is a learned behavior. Right? Give me 2 Ezra 34 and verse 14. 1434. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody, and I did the same thing. When I was coming up, you know, I thought it was good to do to gangbang. Fam, Zillow, Port. I was from 12. It wasn't nothing that I just made up on my own. It was something that was taught because my brother was gangbanging. I seen him catch a body. I'm like, well, I gotta catch a body. You understand what I'm saying? It was a learned behavior. But now that I had children, now I knew who I was. That's what I learned. I said, you know what? I can't keep living like that. I'm killing myself. I'm killing my people. I'm selling drugs to my daddy. Wicked as hell. But was it something I just made up? No, it was something that I learned.
That's right.
I thought that's what we had to do to live.
We all learned that.
But guess what? Watch this.
Book of 2 Ezra, chapter 14 and verse 34. Therefore, if so be that ye will subdue your own understanding and reform your heart, ye shall be kept alive.
I say, you know what? Then I want to live out here. So you know what I gotta do? I gotta subdue my own understanding of what I think I like and what I think is good for me. I think snorting powder is good for me. I think smoking weed is good for me. But really, it's killing me. The Bible says if you want to be left alive, you know what you gotta do? You gotta subdue your own understanding of what you think is right.
That's right.
Because guess what? What's right is royalty. What's wrong is hood rats out here. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you're a hood rat. Please don't be offended. But what I'm saying is that's the mentality of us. Say, go with that. You my B and I'm your B, and that's what we getting down like that. But you don't know other nation call each other bitches but ours.
That's right. Teach.
That thing offends me. You understand what I'm saying? We gotta step it up out here. We gotta subdue that understanding, and you gotta be a queen, a princess like the Bible describes you to be, because guess what? Then these nations are gonna be respectful. They're gonna respect something. We're gonna come back to our proper prosperity in this earth, sis. Think about that, dwell on that.
I get what you're saying.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.